Okay, let us start. I cannot wait. There are just only 80 students. By 5 minutes or 6 minutes, I will take attendance. Inshallah ta'ala. طيب. Anyway, let us to go back now to the differential equation parts. In the previous class, we already discussed what the meaning of differential equation in math and how we can classify it by type, by order, and linearity. By type, we have two types, ordinary differential equation and partial differential equations. By order, which is the highest derivative I have in my equation. Linearity, we have a form for the linear, so we can decide whether it is linear or non-linear. Later on, we studied what's the meaning of the solution, which is the functions that satisfy both sides of the equation, of the differential equation. And then later on, we studied what's the meaning initial value problem. Initial value problem is an initial condition with is a differential equation with initial condition. That's called initial value problem. We will use all the time the initial conditions to find out the constants in my solution. And in chapter 2, inshallah ta'ala, we will study different types of first order differential equations, and for each type there is a special method to solve this type of differential equation. The first one today, we will start the separable, and we will talk about the linear equations, inshallah ta'ala. Then we will go to the exact, then the solution by substitution, and finally the application of the differential equation for the first order, the linear models. Let us to start from the separable differential equation. A separable differential equation, here we will see what's the meaning separable, how we can identify it is separable or not, and how we can solve it, which is something, I mean, it's a very simple and straightforward. Let us to start what's the meaning of the definition of the separable differential equation. Now, in this section, mainly we will consider the type of differential equation written in the form y prime is equal a function of x, y. Mainly a first order differential equation, I mean the derivative or just only the first derivative, which is written in the form dy by dx is equal a function of x multiplied another function of y. This is called separable. This is called separable differential equation. Now, why this differential equation is called separable? Remember, f of x times g of y. It is called separable because you can separate it. Because you can separate it, as if you multiplied both sides by dx becomes dy is equal f of x times g of y times dx. When you divide by dy, it becomes dy by g of y is equal a function f of x dx. So it means you can separate dy with gy in one side and f of x and dx in one side. That's why it is called separable. Also, we have a first order separable if it is written in the form mx dx plus ny dy. Now, this is equal 0. Now, this equation here, you can write it in the form mx dx is equal minus n of y dy. Again, you can separate a function with respect x times dx and another function with respect y times dy. Now, it is clear now what's the meaning of separable differential equation. Right. Let us to see if the following differential equation is separable or not. هلا when we say that dy by dx is equal x squared y to the power 4 e to the power 5x minus 3y. Now I have to ask myself, can I write this one as a function of x times another function with respect to y? Let us to see. I don't know either. But what I know that I can use the properties of exponential. So this is becomes x squared y to the power 4 e to the power 5x times e to the power minus 3y. Now separate, because all of them product, separate x e to the power 5x times y to the power 4 e to the power minus 3y. So this is the function f of x, and this is the function g of y. So it is separable. So it is separable differential equation. وبالتالي هي is separable differential equation. Yes.
Professor, isn't it x squared e to the power 5x?
Yeah, sure, thanks. In the original, x squared, thank you. Type. So this one is separable. Now let us to see the next one. The next equation, dy by dx is equal y plus x. So this one, is it separable? This is not equal a function f of x times a function of gy. So not separable. Okay, let us to take this example also. If I say dy by dx is equal sine of xy, x multiplied by y. Is it separable? It is not separable because you cannot separate the xy which is inside the sine. So this one also not separable. طيب. الآن the question is how we can solve the separable differential equation. The procedure to solve it is very simple. When you have, first of all, you have to write it in the form dy by dx is equal a function of x times g of y. You have to write it in this form. Now, second step, multiplied both sides by dx. So dy is equal f of x times g of y times dx. Now your third step, you have to separate everything with respect to y and dy in one side, everything with respect to x and dx in the other side. So that means dy times 1 by g of y is equal the function f of x dx. Now you separate. Step number 4, a solution is just to integrate both sides. dy by g of y is equal integral f of x times dx. And that's all. This is the procedure. Separate everything with respect to x on one side, everything with respect to y, included dx dy on the other side. Then integrate, which is very simple and straightforward. خلينا نشوف هذا المثال. بيقول لي solve 1 plus x times dy minus y في dx is equal 0. First of all, I have to separate. 1 plus x dy minus y, the dx is equal 0. This is equal 1 plus x dy is equal y times dx. But it is not separated yet. Now, what I have to do, divide both sides by y, becomes 1 plus x divided by y, the dy is equal dx. Again, now divide both sides by 1 plus x, becomes 1 plus y, the dy is equal 1 by 1 plus x, the dx. Now you separate it. So the last step, integral 1 by y, the dy is equal integral 1 by 1 plus x, the dx. الآن I have to integrate this side with respect to y, this side with respect to x. إذا الآن بصير معنا ln of y becomes ln of absolute y is equal ln absolute 1 plus x, but I have to add it plus c from the side of x only. I have to add it plus c from the side of x only. Why from the side of x only? Because if we added c from the side of y, we will call it c1, and another c2 from the side of x. You will take the c from the side of y to the other side. It becomes another constant c. Okay. Now, my question: can we simplify this one, or we cannot? يلا مين يقول لي؟ Can we simplify or we cannot? Yes, we can. Here, here. Ln of y, take e for both sides, becomes e to the power ln absolute y, بدي يساوي e to the power ln absolute 1 plus x plus c. E will cancel ln, becomes absolute y, بدها تساوي e to the power ln 1 modulus 1 plus x absolute value times e to the power c. E to the power c, it is again another constant. We can call it c1. We have a constant called c1 في e to the power ln absolute 1 plus x. So absolute y is equal a constant c 1. E will cancel ln times 1 plus x. Sorry, absolute 1 plus x. And my question from calculus 1 or the pre-calculus. When absolute x is equal absolute of y, what does this mean? That means x is equal positive negative y. That means x is equal what? Y, because if you replace this x by positive y, it is absolute value. It will be the same value of the absolute y. If you replace x on the left hand side by negative y, it is absolute value. It will be the same as the absolute of y. So I will use it here. That means y is equal what? Positive negative constant c1 times 1 plus x. الآن, so I will have two solutions, either positive or negative constant. But whatever the constant is, either C1 positive or negative, when we say positive, negative, so this means y is equal what? A constant C naught times 1 plus x. Because I just renamed the positive negative constant here by another constant called C naught. Now, how I will check is it my solution correct or non-correct? كيف بدي أعرف الآن إن الحل تبعي صحيح ولا مش صحيح؟ Go and substitute y in your equation. بنروح نعوض y in my equation. الآن check. هلا what's the value of dy by dx? Here you have y is equal c naught في 1 plus x. dy by dx it will be what? c naught times 1 c naught its derivative 0. طيب c naught times x its derivative is equal what? c naught. صحيح ولا لا؟ الآن how much is y divide? How much is y divide by 1 plus x? It is equal what? Y is equal ايش? c naught times 1 plus x divide by 1 plus x, which is equal c naught. So this one is equal that one, because this is the y. I replace it here. Is it clear this example? واضح المثال هذا؟ Any question about this example? All right, let us do another example. طيب okay, let us do the next example. يقول لي solve dy by dx is equal y square minus 4. طيب طيب who can tell me how we can start?
We put dy over y square minus 4 and dx in the other side.
طيب listen to me. Here we have dy by dx is equal y square minus 4 times 1. صح? When you multiply both sides becomes by dx becomes dy is equal y square minus 4 times dx. To separate, divide both sides by y square minus 4. So 1 by y square minus 4 la dy is equal dx. 1 d times dx. Now you need to integrate both sides. Becomes الانتجرال الآن becomes مين يقول الآن كيف نعمل الانتجرال؟ يلا نشوف. الآن نشوف جهودكم هنا بالانتجريشن. By the way, الانتجريشن بهذا الشابتر very simple يعني.
The left side, doctor, will be
الانتجرال 1 by y 4 minus 4 y equal dy integral 1 times dx. So how you will integrate this one here? Well, 1 by y square minus 4 is equal to 1 by y minus 2 times y plus 2, which is by partial fraction a divided by y minus 2 plus b times by y plus 2. Of course, you will find the constants a is equal to 1 by 4, will be بتساوي minus 1 by 4. So this one here becomes what? Integral 1 by 4 of 1 by y minus 2 minus 1 by y plus 2 the dy is equal integral 1 times dx, which is equal 1 by 4 times ln absolute y minus 2 ln absolute y plus 2 is equal الانتجرال لل1 بيعطينا x plus c. So use the properties of ln, that becomes ln absolute y minus 2 على y plus 2 to be x, sorry, this is 1 by 4, to be x plus c. الآن multiplied both sides by 4 becomes الآن ln absolute y minus 2 على y plus 2 is equal 4x plus a constant called c naught. هلا c naught is equal 4 times c. Can we find y? Can we or we cannot? طيب مين يقول لي يا إبراهيم؟ إبراهيم, can you separate y here or you cannot? بنقدر هون نفصل الواي or we cannot. يلا لنشوف شباب. شوفوا, let us to see how we can separate y. Take to get rid of this ln, take e for both sides. e to the power ln absolute y minus 2 على y plus 2. So e to the power 4x plus c naught, which is equal here absolute y minus 2 على y plus 2 بتساوي معي e to the power 4x times e to the power c naught. e to the power c naught, let us to call it c1 because it's a constant. بتساوي c1 في e to the power 4x. الآن الابسوليوت value in general in math here, when we say that absolute value is equal a, it means either x is equal a or x is equal minus a. To get rid of this absolute value, that means y minus 2 على y plus 2 is equal positive, negative, c1 e to the power 4x. الآن positive, negative for the constant c. So it's again, if either in case it is positive or negative, still this is still as another constant called c2. This here y minus 2, that becomes y minus 2 divide y by plus 2 is equal a constant c2 e to the power 4x. الآن multiplied by y plus 2 becomes y minus 2 is equal c2 e to the power 4x times y plus 2. which is here in right hand side بتساوي C2 times y e to the power 4x plus 2 C2 e to the power 4x. الآن take this term to the right, to the left hand side, and minus 2 to the other side becomes y minus C2 times y e to the power 4x is equal to C2 e to the power 4x plus 2, because I took minus 2 from the left side to the other side. الآن take y as a common factor, becomes y of 1 minus C2 e to the power 4x is equal to C2 e to the power 4x plus 2. Divide both sides, becomes y is equal 2 times 1 plus C2 e to the power 4x, here I took it to as a common factor, divided by 1 minus C2 e to the power 4x. So this is the final solution I have. Any question here? Any question about this example? You need to simplify your solution to write it as explicit solution. All right. Any question here? طيب خلينا نشوف الآن next example. بيقول لي solve the initial value problem. This is very nice one. We said initial value problem, which is differential equation with a condition. Initial condition. الآن dy by dx بتساوي minus x by y. If you multiply both sides by y, you will get y dy by dx بتساوي minus x. الآن multiplied both sides by dx بصير y ل dy is equal minus x ل dx. الآن integrate y ل dy بتساوي integral ل minus x dx. الانتجرال ل y it is half y square. Minus half x square plus c.
Professor, can you please explain how it's half y square and minus half x square? Like, how did we integrate?
How we did integrate y? The variable y, I mean. It's very simple. Power of 1, that's why it is 1. Added 1 and divide by the new power.
Yes, of course. Sorry, sir. Thank you so much. Sorry, I was lost.
طيب الآن if you take minus half x squared to this side, it becomes half y squared plus half x squared is equal a constant c. Multiplied by 2 becomes y squared plus x squared is equal the constant c naught, where the constant c naught is equal to 2 times c. طيب الآن I have to use the initial condition. but I have y of 4 is equal minus 3. It means that here, instead of each x, replace 4. Instead of each y, replace minus 3 to get the constant C0. This is implies minus 3 square plus 4 square is equal the constant C0. Minus 3 square بده يعطيني how much? 9
9.
plus 16 is equal C0. That means C0 is equal how much? 25. Now go back and substitute C0 again in your solution here. The solution becomes y square plus x square is equal how much? 25. Now let us to see. When I said x square plus y square is equal 25, this is represent what?
Circle with radius 5 from origin, center origin.
Circle r is equal 5, center 0, 0. And have a look here. This circle with center 5, this is the center 5. Sorry, radius 5, and this is center 0, 0. You will see that the point 4 and minus 3, 4 from the x and minus 3y, it is located on that circle with center 0, 0, radius 5. أجيت clear this example؟ واضح المثال هذا؟ Any question؟ طيب الآن عبد الغني بيقول لي اعمل تشيك ومعه حق. And he has the right to ask me to check is it my solution correct or not correct? How I will check? I have y square plus x square is equal to 25. To check, this is implicit solution. Do you remember last time how we did to check the implicit solution? I mean, you have to derive implicitly. You will get 2y dy by dx plus 2x is equal 0. Take it 2x to the other side, becomes dy by dx multiplied by dy is equal minus 2x. Divide both sides by 2y, becomes dy by dx is equal minus 2x على 2y, which is minus x على y, which is exactly my original differential equation. have a look. شايفين؟ Okay, is it clear here? طيب نشوف النكست اكزامبل. انا بدي انتوا تحلوا، مش انا ضل احل انا لحالي. طيب if I give you, listen to me. I have, how many students we have here? We have 18 students attending the class, 17 students. I will give you 4 minutes to try this example, but I will ask randomly. I need all the students to try. Solve the initial cosine x times e to the power minus y dy dx is equal e to the power y في sine 2x. It has to try. يلا نشوف. Four minutes. I need you to try this example by 4 minutes. يلا نشوف. مين طلع معه حل؟ لا أنا ما علقتش، قصدي أنا ما وقفتش، أنا قصدي واقف بستنى بإجابة من عندكم بعد دقيقة بعد دقيقتين. لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله. يلا خلينا نشوف. الأربع دقائق انتهين. هذا السؤال بده 4 minutes only. Okay, let us to start. خلينا نبدأ. عبيدة يلا نشوف. How we can separate first. Divide by cosine first, then by e. Becomes e to the power 2y minus y dy by dx e to the power y sine 2x على cosine x. Now divide by ey and multiplied by dx at the same time. E to the power 2y minus y divide by e to the power y ل dy بتساوي sine 2x cosine x ل dx. Simplify e to y divided by e to the power y بيعطينا e to the power y. minus y على e to the power y, all of them dy. Sine 2x, I have an identity 2 sine x cosine x على cosine x ل dx. All right. الآن this is again needs e to the power y minus y في e to the power minus y ل dy. الكوزين مع الكوزين بيروح وبيبقى معي 2 ساين الاكس ل dx. الآن الانتجرال becomes integral of e to the power y minus y minus y dy بتساوي integral 2 sin x ل dx. الانتجرال ل e to the power y with respect to y e to the power y minus الانتجرال ل y e to the power minus y according to the integration by parts بتكون minus y e minus y minus e minus y is equal integral ل 2 times minus cosine ال x, and that is a plus c. We need more simplification here. E to the power y plus y e to the power minus y plus e to the power minus y to be equal minus 2 cosine x plus c. مين سأل؟ alright ايش كان في سؤال؟
انا دكتور سالت اللي هو الانتجريشن حق ماينس واي اي باور نيجاتيف واي، بس بعدين ذكرت الانتجريشن.
alright. الآن you will see that you will see we cannot separate y because I have e to the power y e to the power minus y, all of them there is no common, so this is implicit solution. But now I need to find a constancy. How? I have y of 0 is equal 0. So instead of each y, replace 0. And then instead of each x, also 0. So that becomes e to the power 0 plus 0 for e to the power 0 plus e to the power 0. But this is minus 2 cosine 0 plus c, which is implies e to the power 0 1. 0 بهذاك بيروح 0 plus e to the power 0 1. الكوزين of 0 بيعطيني 1 times minus 2 بصير minus 2 plus c. الآن 2 is equal minus 2 plus c, that means c is equal 4. Now you can go back and just substitute c here. Solution is e to the power y plus y e to the power minus y plus e to the power minus y, وتساوي minus 2 cosine x plus 4. And that's all. مين حلها هيك؟ مين حلها بالطريقة هذه؟ صلاح السيد c بيساوي 4. Take it minus 2 to the other side. All right. Solving the initial value problem. يلا نشوف مين بدي يحل لي هذه. بيقول لي x plus xy square dx زائد e to the power minus x square y dy is equal 0. It is very simple. You will see here x, you can take it as a common factor. X times plus 1 plus y square times dx is equal minus e to the power minus x square في y the dy, because I took e minus x square y to the other side. Divide both sides by 1 plus y square becomes x times dx. So minus e minus x square times y على 1 plus y square لdy. الآن divide by minus e minus x square or multiplied by e to the power plus x square. Both of them are the same. Multiplied by e to the power x square. Because e to the power minus x square from the right hand side can be vanished if we multiply by e to the power x square. شو بدي يعطيني هون؟ بيعطينا هون x e to the power x square لdx minus y على 1 plus y square لdy. الآن انتجريت x e to the power x square dx بدي يساوي integral minus y 1 plus y square لdy. طيب هلا what's the integral of x e to the power x square؟ مين يقول لي هنا؟ يلا.
Doctor, you can let x squared equal u.
We can multiply by 2. Divide by 2.
Integral multiplied by 2 by half. And here becomes 2x. That's how e to the power x square dx to be equal, taking negative outside, y على 1 plus y square dy. Also the derivative of what y square, it is 2y. You can multiply by half outside. إذا الانتجرال الآن becomes معنا عبارة عن half e to the power x square plus c is equal minus half ln of 1 plus y square. الآن multiplied both sides the equation by 2. By 2. بده يصبح معنا الحل هون عبارة عن مين؟ اللي هي ln ال 1 plus y square بده يساوي minus e to the power minus x square plus c naught, a constant. Because when we multiply it by 2, it becomes, or minus 2, it becomes minus 2c, which is, I call it c naught. Now find the constant. Y of 1 is equal 1. Replace each x by 1 and each one y by 1. Ln لا. But y in 1 بده يساوي 1. So this is implies ln ال 1 plus 1 square بده يساوي minus e to the power 1 square plus c naught, which is implies ln الاثنين بده يساوي minus e plus c naught. So how much is c naught? How much is c naught?
Ln 2 plus t.
C naught, it will be ln 2 plus e. Go back, substitute this one in your solution here. الآن السوليوشن بده يصير معنا ايش؟ ln ال 1 plus y square minus e x square plus ln 2 plus e. Can we simplify it? Or we cannot? Can we simplify it or we cannot? مين يقول لي نقدر نبسطها؟ ليش يا عبد الغني؟
Maybe we can let ln 2 plus a equal c1. Yeah, maybe.
This can be simplified easily. Can be simplified easily. How?
We can use e doctor for the both side, so we can delete
Take
ln.
for both sides to get rid of this ln. Becomes 1 plus y square is equal e to the power, open big brackets, minus e minus x square plus ln 2 plus e. And right hand side بتساوي e to the power minus e minus x square. يعني the power here 4 levels. e to the power x square times e to the power ln 2 times e to the power e, which is equal minus e to the power minus e to the power x square times 2 times e to the power e. This is 1 plus y square. So y square بتساوي e to the power minus e to the power x square times 2 times e to the power e, all of them minus 1. You will have y الآن بدها تساوي positive and negative square root of 2 e to the power minus e x square times e to the power e minus 1. But you will take the two roots, or which one of them you have to take? Have a look here. When we say y of 1 is equal 1, this implies in y is greater than what? Y is equal 1, which is greater than 0. So, but y is equal 1, which is greater than 0. So this one here, you just take a positive value. Y would be a positive square root of e to the power minus e to the power x square times 2 في e to the power e minus 1. صح ولا لا؟ Is it clear this example؟ واضح المثال هذا؟ طيب. Okay. Go to the next example. نشوف the next example.
Professor,
Yes.
Professor, how did we know that y equals to 1?
Yeah, brother. When we say that,
Okay.
when we say that
Sorry, Professor.
1 is equal 1, that means this is the value of x and this is the value of y.
Thank you, sir. Sorry.
All right, thank you. Here we have dy by dx is equal e to the power minus x square dx. طيب. لا, sorry. Yes. So, no. Remove this one. طيب الآن عندي dy it will be equal e to the power minus x square إلى dx. الآن how we can integrate this one. مين يقول لي كيف نعملها هذه؟ Look, this is a very tricky example. Very tricky example. How? When we said dy by dx, this is means y, it is a function of x. Yeah? Therefore, dy here, it will be y prime of x times dx. So replace this dy it becomes now y prime of x times dx is equal e to the power minus x squared times dx.
Victor, can you repeat why we did y prime?
خليك معي شوي. هلا dy by dx is up. Y is a function of x, yeah? Here.
Yes.
Now integrate from 2 to x ل y prime of t dt بتساوي الانتجرال from 2 to x
دكتور يا ريت لو ترجع شوي قبل
t
شوي
square.
طلعت.
ايوه دكتور قبل شويه علق.
انت طلعت من المحاضرة كلها ورجعت يا دكتور، فيا ريت لو تعيد اخر.
انا ما طلعت ولا رجعت، بس المشكله حقيقه عم بواجه صار الاسبوع مشكله بالبلاك بورد. طيب مره ثانيه احنا بدنا نكمل، احنا بدنا نحل المعادله dy by dx is equal e to the power minus x square. y of 2 is equal 6. هلا dy by dx it means that y is a function of x. Yes? Derive y, you get dy. Derive y prime, you get y prime x dx because it's a function of x. So replace this dy by this value of dy. What we get here, y prime x dx is equal to e minus x squared dx. الآن, according to the value of x is started from 2. Now in calculus 1, when you study the second fundamental theorem of calculus, integrate here from 2 to x, the y prime t dt is equal from 2 to x, the e minus t squared dt. All right? Hello, what's the derivative of y prime of t dt? It is y of t. Well, boundaries from 2 to x is equal an integral from 2 to x the e minus t square la dt. طيب الآن y of t when you substitute x becomes y of x minus y of 2 is equal integral from 2 2x e to the power minus t square dt. Y of 2, it is given with u, is equal 6. Then y of x minus 6 is equal integral from 2 to x e to the power minus t square dt. Take the minus 6 to the other side, becomes y lx is equal 6 plus the integral from 2 to x e to the power minus t square dt. And leave it as it is, because there is no integration for e to the power minus t square. Is it clear؟ واضح هون؟ Any question about this example? الآن just to add one page here, just to confirm something. هلا الامpossible integrals. Number 1, an integral e to the power x square dx. Number 2, e minus x square dx. Number 3, integral sine x square. Number 4, integral cosine x square dx. We have many integrals in math, not those. Let us to say some. They have no integration as a theoretical integration, but by approximation I can find in case it is bounded integral. And I think you learned that in calculus 1, how you can approximate integrals. تفضل، مين اللي عنده سؤال كان؟ مين كان عنده سؤال يا عبد الله؟ كان اللي حكى؟
هو أحمد إياد ريكونكت.
طيب شو رايكم ضايل معنا 5 دقائق مشروح ابدا درس جديد نحل مسألة إضافية. طيب لو قلت لكم solve x في dy بدي يساوي 1 plus y square في dx. خلينا نحل هذه. أولا divide by 1 plus y square becomes x dy على 1 plus y square بدي يساوي dx. divide by x شو بده يصير معنا؟ 1 plus 1 by y square لdy بدي يساوي 1 by x لdx. هلا integration for 1 plus y square لdy يساوي integral ل 1 by x لdx. الانتجرال ل 1 by 1 plus y square عبارة عن مين؟ tan inverse y بتساوي ln absolute x plus c. Now, what's the value of y? Take tan for both sides, becomes y is equal tan of ln absolute x plus c. And it has to say that the initial condition I can attach here, initial condition y of 1 y of 1 is equal 1. So replace each x by 1 and each y by 1 becomes 1 is equal tan of ln nil 1 plus c. This becomes 1 is equal tan c. So c is equal what? Tan inverse of ايش؟ ال1. What's the tan inverse of 1? Pi over 4. Pi over 4. So c بتساوي معي pi over 4. Then here the solution becomes ايش؟ y is equal tan ln absolute x plus pi over 4. اوكي طيب خلينا ناخذ الاتندنس. الكود 3923.